employees in Forge. That's current. But I think in the last almost 10 years, 300 people will have cycled through Forge, right? Easily, 300 or more, right? So our approach, or at least my approach, has always been about the person more than the professional, right? So I give a lot more importance to character than competencies or capabilities, right? Because to me, the character is the core. So we call it values, right? See, at the end of the day, a company is more culture than an organization. In fact, people even go to the extent of calling a startup or any new enterprise a cult. You have to be a cult, right? Which means the people that work in the cult have to think like how you will be part of a cult or a follower in a cult, right? You have to have those cult-like affinity, attachment, alignment, and all of those things, right? So which is why we've always given a lot of importance to culture and then to values. So to me, at an organization level, at a company level, what matters is culture. And at an individual level, what matters is character. That alignment between the company's culture and the individual's character is the magical sweet spot to be in, right? Those people that are able to bring that balance and that alignment are the ones that, in my opinion, become enormously successful. And so to me, as the leader of Forge, it is really my responsibility to ensure that everybody who comes in and becomes part of Forge, right, gets that perfect alignment between the company's culture and the individual's character, right? So give a lot more importance to character than competence or capabilities, because those things can be trained. You can educate, you can train, you can mentor, you can guide, and over experience, people can pick up skills and competencies and whatnot, and they can become really good at what you expect them to do. But the character is not something that you can change very soon. It's not something that you can refine very soon. It takes a long time. So you might as well invest in character and in culture, right? Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Myself, Hemraj Kumawat. I am from RC Patel Stop Technology, Maharashtra. Actually, what point should be covered for successful startup in institutions in terms of IIC cell, Institution Innovation Council?
Okay. So, see, while it's very practical these days, I mean, thanks to DST and many other Government of India and other state government, I'm sure Maharashtra Innovation Society runs a very good support system for incubators. While it's the logical first step to go set up your own incubator, I think what really matters is the students should have the ability to become an innovator, right? So are students innovating? Are your researchers innovating? Are they coming up with commercial solutions which can not only remain research publications but can potentially become marketable commercial products? Those are the things that you should really be focusing on. Just by setting up an incubator, things are not going to magically change, right? You need to have the right flow of innovators with ideas that can potentially become successful in the marketplace. So work on that. And to me, practically what I would therefore recommend, and I've been telling this to many people, is get your educators, your faculty members, to start doing technical projects for the industry, right? Let them go from being technical educators to actually becoming technical professionals. Can they deliver some technical services? That is a good starting point for us to have. We're going to be starting, so I'll probably meet you over dinner and I'll give you a more detailed answer. Thank you. We'll get the valedictory session started, so I don't want to stand between us and a dinner. So we'll get going. It was fun interacting. I hope to interact with more of you, much more in the days to come. All the best.
Thank you, Vish. From dreams to vision, from culture to character, he gave everything what is needed for you to be successful. We are starting the valedictory in few minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, esteemed faculty, brilliant minds, and future of the innovation, I welcome you all to the SIH 24th valedictory ceremony. We are gathered here today to celebrate the culmination of the journey that has been nothing but short of extraordinary. A special welcome to our co-founder and CEO of Forge Innovation and Venture, Vish Sahasranamam, who is with us this evening. Without any further ado, I would like to invite you to deliver the welcome address.
I'll get to the welcome part a little later, because I think every single one of you is already feeling very welcome. So it's just a matter of formality for me to say those words. But I think it's important for us to understand why this is, it's a big deal, right? I couldn't join from the first day because I was on a business trip to Australia. I was in Perth for the last almost 3.5 weeks. I spent about 23, 24 days in Perth. And what I saw is immense opportunities for Indian tech innovators and tech entrepreneurs, right? So I think for over a century now, India's #1 export is human resources, talent, people, skills. So we've exported IT engineers, and 24 years back, when I graduated from College of Engineering, Gindi, my dear professor, Dr. Muthan, is right here. I was an export, right? I was exported as an IT networking engineer to work in Cisco in US. We've been exporting IT engineers. Before that, we were exporting accountants. My own director of finance was an export to the Gulf. We were exporting business managers. We've been exporting all manners of human resources. But I think the time has come for India to export technology innovators and technology entrepreneurs. So whether it's Japan, two of my colleagues actually went to Japan a few weeks ago. I will also be going to Japan very shortly. And the opportunity there, the opportunity in US, the opportunity in Europe, what I saw in Australia is all overwhelmingly clear that every country will have to start cranking up its innovation engines, its innovation economy. You can't just wait for China to manufacture and sell everything and happily import and pay top dollar and keep buying. That world is over. Production is getting more and more nationalized. With the Trump White House, the doors are closing, right? So we will have to start doing more production. And what will you produce? If you can't innovate yourself, what will you produce? Right? Because people are not going to export anymore. They're saying, no, we will make for ourselves first, and then we'll figure what we have for the rest. So we need to do a lot more innovation. So we need engineers who are capable innovators. Engineer is a title. Engineer is at best a degree, is what reads in your degree certificate. I think that's what it did 24 years ago. Thanks to Dr. Muthan, he was kind enough to make sure that I got my degree. Things weren't really going well. I don't want to get into the details, but it's only his kindness that I'm even talking to you as an engineering graduate. If not for Dr. Muthan, I probably wouldn't have even graduated. That's the phenomenal role he's played in my life. So we need innovators. We need people who have the skills to innovate. So what is invention versus innovation? It's a very often asked question. Inventing is finding something new, solving something not solved before, solving a problem not solved before. But what translates that invention into innovation? Invention, when multiplied by value, customer value, market value, commercial value. In other words, if what you invent, somebody is willing to pay and buy and use, it becomes an innovation. We need more of those. We don't just need qualified engineers, we need innovators. And I can't be any more thankful to AICTE to have realized that while software hackathons and software innovations are easy to do, 2 days, a whole bunch of laptops, Amazon will give you free web credits. A hardware hackathon is very important and very vital. And in 2018, we had the absolute privilege and pleasure to work with AICTE to launch the first of its kind Smart India Hardware Hackathon. We showed what it is to run these. In fact, there used to be 6-day long hackathons back in 2018 and 2019. Post-COVID, we've reduced it to 5 days. My humble request to AICTE and DST is don't reduce it further. Yeah, we need at least 120 hours of non-stop hacking to be able to build what I call minimum usable prototypes, right? So I'm extremely delighted to see the numbers that we are growing. We started with a fewer number of teams back in 2018, but every year the number of teams, number of participants have all been going higher and higher, which is keeping me very excited. And I always tell people that during this week of the Smart India Hardware Hackathon in Coimbatore, Forge brings more people into Coimbatore than Isha does. And a few of us also managed to go to Isha despite all the trouble. We can't say no to Isha. Of course, it's a pride of Coimbatore. We're all very proud of what Sadhguru has built as an iconic global brand sitting right here, right? So, I will get to the welcome. 30 seconds, Meera, I know you're counting time. 30 seconds, I'll get to there, right? But what I also want to leave with you is the fact that this is just a starting point, right? Many of you may be a few semesters away from graduation. Many of you may be graduating, very, very soon, maybe the next semester, right? But while it's going to be very attractive to find a job, get a package, and feel confident about buying cars and buying houses on EMI, think about what a career in a startup can potentially do. So even if you don't start up, I would recommend that you go work for a startup, right? So if I can leave one idea in each of your minds, I'm talking about those students, one idea, when you graduate, go work for a startup. That's possibly the best thing you can do, and it will set you up for a very long career. Those 2 years, 3 years, you will learn enormously. You will not just learn your technical skills and competencies, but you will learn a wide variety of skills and competencies that will shape you, not just as a professional, but possibly shape you as a leader, a global leader, and that's what we need more of. So once again, let me welcome all of us and for this valedictory session of the Smart India Hardware Hackathon 2024 edition. I do acknowledge and recognize the presence of our special invitees, the jury members, and also the many other experts who possibly are not here now to witness the valedictory, but have been part and parcel of the last few days of what happened here in the Dr. N. Mahalingam Innovation Theatre. This is right here where we are. So once again, welcome each one of you to this valedictory session, and I hope we have a great evening and a first step in a very long journey towards transformation. Thank you.
Thank you for your inspiring words, and we look forward to have an engaging and memorable time ahead. I now have the pleasure of inviting Dr. Meera, our Vice President and Chief Program Officer of Forge Academy, to graciously present the program overview.
A great evening to all. It's a pleasure meeting you after the welcome note in the inaugural. I met a few of you individually, but as a gathering today. How does it feel after 5 days? No, they're all done. They're waiting for the results, yes. I think Vish has spoken about why it is very important, but how did it happen in the last 5 days? I would like to take this opportunity to give a great round of applause to all the participants. I think this is the 5th year we are hosting the Hardware Hackathon, and I can proudly say, as a partner to AICTE from the day of visioning this initiative to the 5th edition of this initiative, we see we see a tremendous change in the mindset, in the competitive spirit, in the collaborative attitude that the students bring to the hackathon, and the amount of time. Yesterday night, my team, the problem I had is nobody's going out for dinner. We had to close dinner and no one is leaving the facility. We have a great problem. I want you to help me solve this. That's the only problem that came to me in the last 5 days. So thanks to all of you. It gives me immense pleasure to see the teams adjust. I'm sure the students who traveled from across the country to here, different location, different climate. We had rains for a couple of days, very different living conditions, food. I'm sure these are new labs, new facilities, new people, but still you all went through the 5 days and you were very focused on what you had to achieve, and I'm sure each one of you are very proud of what you have achieved today. And I think it's just a beginning and it's a long road. We're very happy that one more aspect to Smart India Hackathon is what we have seen is it helps students self-discover themselves, come out of their comfort zone, help them know what they are individually capable of from their regular routines. And what we have also seen as, this was by accident, 50% of the audience are from Tamil Nadu, and almost 7+ institutions from the Congo region, which was a surprise, which was not planned, but still we have diversity in the room, and I'm sure each one of you got an opportunity to connect, engage, and work with each other. I would not speak further. I think data's inputs we have shared with all of you, so let me not go through the academic work of telling numbers, but yes, it involved a lot of people who supported us from Kumaraguru institutions, my own team from all our 7 centers who traveled out here, who've been working tirelessly for the last 2 to 3 weeks to make this happen. And more importantly, the ecosystem, our own incubated startups, mentors, industry professionals who volunteered, who came in, who contributed. We also had SIH sponsor and help us fund some of the aspects of this hackathon. It's an opportunity for us to place our gratitude. But with rather than me speak, I thought for people who haven't been here for the last 5 days, including Wish, we have a quick highlights video that we have put together to give a sneak peek into what happened the last 5 days.
Thank you for that insightful and comprehensive overview. We truly appreciate your valuable inputs.
The floor is now open to first come, first serve. Okay. It's limited to only 3 members. Please come forward.
Hi sir, I'm Kaivan Kosti from GLS University from Ahmedabad. Sir, my suggestion is if you increase the time to explain our project from 10 minutes, because it's a 120 hours efforts, and even if we minimize, we can't do it to 10 minutes. Yeah, that's it. And sir, I need the first prize, sir.
Okay, hi all. I don't want to take much time. Actually, I'm Nakshatra from TriZec team, and I'm also from second year, and this is basically the first ever hackathon I'm ever attending. And it was such a great experience to be able to connect with many people, because many people are from different diversities, and it helped me actually explore myself and improve myself in better ways and how actually people are. And it just extended my interest in various fields, and this exposure that I got was something I would never forget, and I should always keep looking for working something like this even more. And it has helped me to focus onto myself more and motivated myself, and I hope everyone is being motivated. And thank you for conducting such a great event. Thank you.
So yeah, hey there, myself I'm Vikash. So I take immense pleasure to stand here in Smart India Hackathon hardware finale. So these 5 days, most of them were sleepless nights with a few bit of coffee, and I think I have slept just 8 hours in this whole 5 days. It's all been sleepless nights, and me and my team, we've been working for all these days, and my mentors and all those faculty and all those people who are here, they really supported me to the great extent. So I take immense pleasure in thanking all of them who had made this possible, and I would like to represent my college and get the first prize here. Thank you.
Thank you, students. Now I request the faculty mentors to step forward. Again, limited to 3 members. Please step forward.
Good evening all. Myself Hariharan from Sri Ishwar College of Engineering, Coimbatore. I'm a mentor of a team. Just now Vishagan spoke. We enjoyed a lot, and I see the students are highly enthusiastic and very interested in doing projects. And I think the way of teaching should be transferred in this format, so that it will be comfortable for us to teach less and see an output more. Thank you, AACT, for arranging this beautiful opportunity. Thank you all.
Give me only 2 to 3 minutes, okay? No problem. Actually, here give the big platform to all the inventors and young inventors, which is participated in SIH 2024. Actually, we are coming from Maharashtra. At the starting of the journey, we think about the program is small, but where our team is come here, I am very appreciately shocking. This is a very big platform as well as big solutions to the young inventors with the number of problem statements, which is not thinking about the creating of big nations in India, as well as providing some AICT higher authorities, as well as a DST member, and also one thing about this particular program in our Maharashtra state, there is a no platform to the young inventors, which is a critically behind the solution to the success of each program of the innovations. I also some thankful to all the teams of the Forge incubator system. They give me much knowledge of my patent ideas. I have near about 130 patent filed in Indian Patent Office, India, and out of which 100 granted. In this particular team of the Innovation Center, they give me, ask first question, how many ideas commercialized from your side? I say, after this particular program, I carry out all the things according to your solutions and your steps, which is highlighting my ideas to the big nations. Thank you, sir.
Good evening, everyone. I am Arun Kumar Ram from Vidyalankar Institute of Technology, Mumbai. Our team is from Department of Biomedical Engineering. So I would like to thank all the staff members, the evaluators, the experts who have set up such a grand facility over here. A few names which I recollect and I would like to thank them personally. Mahesh sir, Dr. Mahesh. I would like to thank Deepak sir and also all the staff, the evaluators who kept on giving us views, their perspective day and night. In fact, some of the evaluators kept on visiting. In fact, at the week hours of 12 midnight, they kept on visiting. They kept on giving us suggestions, ideas. So we are really grateful for that. And the product that we have developed here is more polished than what we had conceptualized way back in our institute. So thankful to all, everyone. Since all of us are from the western part of India, Maharashtra particularly, we have explored more of the western India and the northern India. We were quite reluctant that whether we will like the food or not, but I must say that the food was excellent. And all the days we enjoyed the food. The facility is exceptionally well designed and all the facilities are really well up to mark, and we look forward to explore more opportunities. We wish to keep on visiting Forge in future also. So that's it from my end. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Professor Neha Vaswani from Ahmedabad, yes, again from western area. This is totally a different area and we thought that it will be very difficult too. But with all your help and special help from Mr. Guna sir, he helped us a lot, from food to sitting on the desk and from preparing for the presentation to going anywhere at the campus and for everything. A special thanks to Guna sir as well as to all the Forge team. They have helped us a lot. We have been to hardware for the very first time because my students are the IT students, not the hardware students, not the engineering student, but we have shared our culture over here. We did Garba, we had shared some food, and what you have provided, we tried to provide some happiness to you as well. So it is a tremendous pleasure. I'm sharing it with you that thank you all for welcoming us, and I will look forward to attend more hackathons like this. Thank you so much.
I just want to thank one more person I forgot to mention, Hema ma'am. Unfortunately, I don't know, we did not see her. She was the one who arranged all the logistics for us, starting from the group selection. We departed from Mumbai, we came here, station logistic coming from station to the Forge facility, our accommodation, everything. But I don't know whether she is here or not, but would like to meet her. So thank you to her.
A heartfelt thank you to all the mentors. Now it's time to hear from the members of the grand jury.
Myself, Pragdishwaran, founder Aries Biomed Devices. I'm extremely happy. I'm extremely happy to see the hardware hackathon. As our company is a core hardware biomedical company. We are finding these days very difficult to find the hardware engineers. Everybody is coming. I write program in Python, embedded systems, and all that. But finding a person, engineer, getting dirt in their hand, it's very difficult. And now I see the students who are coming out with the hardware, give them all of them the prize. Everybody should come out with the product. I'm extremely happy to see the hardware hackathon happening here. Thanks for your opportunity given to me. Thank you.
Dear Vish and his team, distinguished faculty mentors, jury, and dear friends. Good evening to everybody. In fact, let me first register that everyone is a winner. Absolutely, there are no losers. Because it's a marathon. 25 rounds, 30 rounds, 40 rounds. We are not judging those who come first in the first round. You have to travel till the 5th, 40th round. Therefore, that's why I said every one of you is a winner, because you are a potential winner. I still remember there was an occasion where many Nobel Prize winners were congregated, and there was a journalist who stepped out and asked, "Oh, great Nobel Prize winners, I'm really honored to be here. I would like to pose a simple question. You won this great coveted Nobel Prize. What kind of resources you had? Who helped you find? What kind of facilities you had? What technology you followed? What methods you used? What manufacturing facility you had? Please detailize. What made you to get this Nobel Prize winners? Whom you want to thank?" All of them in unison said that we got this Nobel Prize not because of the resources we had, but we were resourceful. This is exactly what I have seen here. Every one of you is a potential Nobel Prize winner. Let me tell you. It is here the great ideas emerge. Certainly not in the classroom. Certainly not anywhere else. It can emerge from a classroom or a lab or a cafeteria, or it can come anywhere, and more often it comes from a place like this hackathon. Thanks to Vishy and his team, DST, AICTE for creating such a wonderful platform. I know one of the students said, 5 days I did not sleep much. Madam was reporting that they did not even like to have food. Wonderful. But don't forget that the great Michael Faraday lived his life like this for 15 years just to find out d phi by dt. Just to find out d phi by dt, he took 15 years without sleep, without food. You are talking about 5 days. Just compare with Michael Faraday. So I do understand that you had incubated ideas. Nothing comes eureka. There are no eureka moments in life, please understand. Nothing comes out of blue suddenly overnight. You have been thinking, thoughts would be ruminating in your mind. That's why you are successful. I know every one of you had incubated ideas. 5 days you were here. You had limited resources. Limitations were there, but you were successful in coming out with a product. Kudos to all of you. This is what I say the term resourcefulness. I'm very happy to be part of this wonderful smart hackathon. And also, let us not forget that India was the greatest nation long back, if not today. Greatest nation because of simple three reasons. Any country which has mastery over material, methods, and manufacturing process can only prosper. All the three we did not have. Even today we are lacking behind because there is no semiconductor manufacturing. So only when you have semiconductor manufacturing, fab fabrication, PCB fabrication, we have an excellent all other facilities. When all of them come together, I'm sure with the current government in place, they are moving in the right direction. In another 10 or 20 years, as Vichy has created this wonderful ambience, every place should vibrate like this. This is my wish, and it will happen. And before I close my speech, let me tell you that you please check up. These are the benefits of marathon. Do you have sense of accomplishment? Yes or no? Certainly. After 5 days, I'm sure you have a lot of a taste of accomplishment. This is one of the greatest boon of this hackathon. Did you learn any technical skills? Yeah. Did you come across new technologies? I can see you cutting. This is wonder. That's what that thing in your hand is nothing but the bread and butter of engineer. Engineer are bad communicators, but the combination of hand and mind, engineers come first. So that is the attribute to an engineer. Next. This hackathon would have given you very good network. You would have come across excellent mentors, academic mentors, industrial mentors, people from corporate sponsors, DST. What else you want? I think now you have to become, in fact, I'll be very happy that my country will prosper because I have a better generation to follow. And the greatest attribute of this hackathon, or any hackathon for that matter, is the art of taking risk. You have taken a lot of risk. This risk you could not have taken in the examination. Okay, examination is the last one. Examination marks does not reflect your talent. Please understand. That is what all about OB and NEP. Correct? Please take care. And you are a leader by yourself. And finally, few words about what, as an entrepreneur, you should know the journey of standards, material to manufacturing, to pre-market compliance and post-market compliance. All of you should know something like ISO 10993, which is biocompatibility. Any material that you touch should be compatible. So just listen. You need not remember. You can go back and study. So these are some of the standards you should be acquainted with. ISO 10993 is biocompatibility, material testing. ISO 9001, quality management. ISO 14001, environmental management. Whatever you design should be sustainable, environmentally sustainable. When I tell environment is sustainable, I again remember one beautiful statement of a journalist. He says, when you remove all the insects from the world, in another 50 years, all forms of life will perish. If you remove the bee, if you remove the butterfly, if you remove the dragonfly, in another 50 years, all forms of life will perish. There will be no world. Kudos to the great insects. But what he says next is very, very disheartening. He says, when you remove all the human beings from the world, every form of life will flourish. So there's a great onus on us as a designer that whatever we design should be environment friendly. So that's why environmental standards are very, very important as a designer. ISO 45001, occupational health safety. ISO IEC 27001, information safety. IT, ISO 13485, medical device manufacturing. I think ISO 9001, ISO IEC 13485 has been converted into IC Med Plus in IMED. Then you have IEC 6601, collateral standards, pseudo collateral standards, particular standards. Then you have 14971 on risk management. So all these things are wonderful standards. Also, when you write software, you have to go through 16304. 62304 is software standards, and lot of healthcare standards are there. So my humble request is, as a designer, keep it in mind, because after designing something which is not compatible with these standards, you'll get into problem when you go for validation processes. Therefore, thanks Vishy for giving me this wonderful opportunity. I really enjoyed. Thank you, my dear friend. Thank you.
We deeply appreciate each of you for offering your thoughtful reflections and perspectives. It is a privilege to introduce Shardul Rao, a respected scientist and IES 2019 officer in the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, who plays a crucial role in promoting the Nidhi initiative and supporting technology-driven startups nationwide. With research interests in green hydrogen, clean energy, and the thermal analysis of hydrogen PEM fuel cells, Shardul is actively contributing to India's innovation landscape. I now invite you, sir, to share your insights with the gathering.
Thank you so much, and hi, good evening to all of you. Most of the things have already been told. I'll make it very quick. Firstly, very congratulations to AICT, and we as DST are very keen and very thankful for opportunity for participating in this, because like I came yesterday night, but what I've seen today is that teams from all over the places are working so hard during these 5 days, and a hardware hackathon, as you say, is not very easy to conduct. So making this realistic and giving that experience to the students is really challenging job on the AICT level also. So congratulations. And for the students also, like this is not just an opportunity for winning just a prize. Like as professors have said that this is a marathon, but I'd like to extend this marathon to further coming years also. It's not just that you work on a specific problem and you get a solution out of that, and if you are a winner, you can take it forward. It's to inculcate that spirit of innovation within you. Just being a job, after graduation, you have an opportunity to get a job, but you can also become a job generator after that. That mindset change is what Startup India Hackathon is doing. And for that matter, there are various departments of the state governments and Government of India, and the whole ecosystem is so matured now in that aspect that you can leverage on many parts of that. I forgot to mention Wish and the Forge that they have created here. Amazing facility. It's very heartening as DST to see that the investment in the initial 2014 has grown up to such a good level that whole ministry has fallen at your back to conduct this problem statement for the school. So very much congratulations to you and your team all at Forge, Shriram, ma'am. And for the students, I would just like to tell that continue this momentum. Like you go back to your college and you don't just come back, further pursue your studies and then go on to job. Just think over it that you can pursue maybe this idea, maybe some other idea, but you have the ecosystem, you have exposure of this ecosystem through this hackathon, which happened here over the last 5 days. So, and whatever idea you participate, like DST has this Nidhi program, you can look at it. We have various programs to support innovation at various levels. You, like AICT, might recognize that this is a special type of hackathon. Like apart from other government departments, they give problem statements specific to their working. the problems specific to the problems which they are facing in their day-to-day jobs. But DST puts out the problem statements for societal problems. And why do we do that? We do that because we want to inculcate that spirit within you, that you should work towards some of the societal problems. And for that matter, after after the winners are declared for the problem statements, we propose all the winners, and for that matter, we were thinking of that we'll provide only the winners an opportunity to connect to a Prayas center. So a Prayas center is basically a fab lab on which you have all worked over the last 5 days. So, we propose that any of the teams which are there, because it's a long marathon, any idea you want to connect, so you can directly write to us. We'll try to connect it to a specific nearby incubation center or Prayas center so that you can work on your idea and further pursue them. Under a quick 2 minutes on what schemes we have Nidhi Prayas grant, which is a 10 lakh grant for converting your idea into prototype. We have about more than 50 Prayas centers all over India. There's this incubation program, similar incubators like Forge. We have around 170 plus incubators. So which area you are in, we'll find an incubator nearby and try to connect you. Apart from that, we have this seed support program, which is an investment-based program. Up to 1 CR funding we provide from the government side. There are other programs also. You can always look up to Nidhi's website. And thank you so much. Thank you, ICT, Forge. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your valuable insights. We truly appreciate your contribution and the knowledge you have imparted. Now I invite Wish to felicitate Mr. Shardul. Thank you, Wish. Our next speaker is a seasoned industry veteran, a pioneer in the field of electric powertrain solutions, Mr. Krishna M., Deputy Executive Director of SPR Engineers Limited, has been instrumental in driving innovation and sustainability in the automotive industry. Sir, the stage is yours to share your wisdom and experience.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, my dear students and respected dignitaries on stage. I just wanted to share a few thoughts about my experience, so I don't want to make you wait. It's already at dinner time. See, I come from a background, purely from a R&D background. So I started my career with Robert Bosch India as an application R&D engineer. So since then, I've come across various innovations and the problem statements, problem-solving statements, and number of patents what we have done in India. So as everybody know that the Bosch is invented for life. So innovation is such an important factor in our day-to-day life. So one such thing I just want to highlight. Today, India has around 2,000 engineering colleges. Approximately 1.56 million engineering students are passed out every year. So that means, you just imagine, India is a powerhouse of engineering students. Even if a single one, every engineer, if he innovates, if he do something what he likes, what he imagines, then look at our country. So today, we are a 5th largest economy, and we are inching towards 3rd largest by 2030. How is this possible? Because of our innovations, because of our attitude, because of our agility, because of our thinking. So that is the way we are growing today. So what I want to tell, one more important is, around 64,000 patents have been already done by Indians, Indian engineers. You look at the IT sector, we are very strong. Nobody can beat IT sector other than Indian engineering team. So today we can do coding, we can do software, we can do hardware, we can do electronics. Other than that, another simple example is in automotive engineering. Initially, you look at 20, 25 years back, we used to import or we used to collaborate with many technical OEMs outside India and get that technology here. Even now we are doing that, but you look at the Tata. When we started the first car, nano car, which is the low-cost car, which no other world has done. So that means we are simply great. We can innovate anything, we can do anything. That is the power of Indian engineering team. And look at the Mahindra and Mahindra today. How many new cars are invented? How many new cars are innovated by the team? And they are almost in the verge of second or third entity. So that means slowly we are doing, and we are going to be the largest economy in the world. That is those days are not far away. We are going to hit that target very soon. So this is what I just wanted to share few thoughts. We have maximum knowledge, but somewhere minimum freedom. So that means if we encourage and empower our engineering team or ideas, we will be somewhere else. So let us come together and encourage the young talent to think more and disrupt the engineering evolution itself. Another one was such example which I wanted to highlight. So look at the Ola. So I worked with Ola when he wanted to start the electric scooter. So he gave a target. I don't want to import from China. I don't want to import from any other country. I want a local product. So he gave a target. We made the electric motor, and today he is the market leader. He is the #1 with all the parts of Indian made. So that is the disruption what is being done. So my humble request and humble feeling or a suggestion or advice to young team is, please think big, dream big, add value to yourself, add value to your family, add value to your society, and finally you will see India will be in a very top position. So with this, I just wanted to conclude. I don't want to take more time, so we can have a dinner. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your valuable insights and inspiring us with your speech. Now I invite Wish to felicitate Mr. Krishna.
Thank you, Wish. We are honored to welcome Mr. Ananthan A., a visionary entrepreneur and a stalwart in the semiconductor industry, as the CEO of Tenkasi Semiconductors Private Limited and a former engineering director at Intel. Mr. Ananthan has made significant contribution to the technological landscape. Mr. Ananthan, your insights into the future of semiconductors are eagerly awaited.
Well, thank you. I was thinking whether I should be restricting to semiconductor technology only or about manufacturing, but thank you, that helps. Very good evening, everyone. It's truly a pleasure and honor to be here. That was a beautiful introductory keynote, Mr. Wish. He was mentioning topsoil exports, and I stand here as one of the exports. I lived in US for a couple of decades and returned back to India a couple of years ago. And when I was first called for this particular event a couple of days ago, I was a little hesitant because I have to come all the way from Tenkasi. I have to drive for 7-8 hours. Yes, hackathon happens all around India, and I do go to colleges. Do I really have to travel drive all the way from there. And when I knew the team's going to be across India from multiple states, 30 plus teams, it was a little more exciting. And the moment I saw the topics for problem statements that I was given, as a silicon designer, when I saw the first one where you have to find solutions for tracking the solar without using electronics, and some of the other problems that was actually defined that would be solving, the problems of India, the problems that India has to solve. And what I say, we often refer to West, we often refer to what happens in America, in Canada, but India is different. We have 1/3 of the landscape of America and we have 3x the population. Within the same square foot, we have to build 9 homes, 9 apartments or whatever. The density is 9x. And we have to solve that much of plumbing problem, electrical problem, connectivity, transportation, whatnot. It's much easier to bring cell phone connection to, the last mile. That's an easier problem. Bringing water, bringing electricity to every last home, especially in a dense country like India, that's a different problem. I would put it this way. We are going from 5th economy to the 3rd economy in the world. Sir has beautifully mentioned. But it's not about just the numbers. It is about what we are importing and exporting. As a country, we are exporting and importing nearly $1 trillion worth of goods and services. Let's leave alone the oil that we import. There's nothing that we can do about it. And the second major import happens to be gold and other things. We all love gold. Our ladies love gold, so there's nothing that we can do about it. But when you look at exports, America is our largest export partner. But when it comes to import, apart from oil and minerals and gold, the country that we import from, the largest country, our largest import partner, who it is? China. We import about 120 billion worth of electronic goods from China. And talking about semiconductors, so I was mentioning, India was always great. We had Nalanda University. We had Asoka Stupa. But then talking about semiconductors, I want to remind you, when at the time of independence, India was already deindustrialized for a couple of centuries. And when we got independence, our forefathers wanted India to flourish in manufacturing, not just in economic prosperity, but we also wanted to develop all the indigenous technology here. Bharat Electronics was created as one of the Navratnas of those days. And in fact, when Fairchild Semiconductors was considering setting up operations outside of America, India was their topmost choice. They wanted to collaborate with Bharat Electronics, and because Bharat Electronics said even in 1950s we started building semiconductors. We started building transistors. But over the time we lost that edge. Those fabs went to different places like Vietnam or Malaysia or wherever it is. And then comes 1980, 1984. Even before TSMC was started, there was National Silicon Facility that was formed in India. There was SCL that was formed. And there was a company sitting very close to Coimbatore, right at Mettur, that we started producing silicon wafer. That was in 1984. TSMC was not even formed. It took one Morris Chang. It took one Morris Chang, in the will of the government, in the interest of the private investors, to build TSMC what it is today. 40 years forward, we are still talking about semiconductor fab. You might have all read, probably some of you, or you might have read the book Chip War. If you haven't, I strongly encourage you to read that book. It's not just talking about semiconductor. It's not just talking about chips. It's talking about geopolitical war and how a country can position itself with the advanced possession of advanced technologies like semiconductor. Thankfully under Prime Minister Modi, now we have started to lead what we have to, or what we should have done really about 30, 40 years ago. We have National Semiconductor Mission now. We are starting to see news of fabs potentially starting here in India. It might take another 10 to 20 years, but we'll be there. We'll be there. And Tenkasi Semiconductor, as you see, is one of the initiatives. I wouldn't go into much details of it. We are still keeping it a little, private. The other problem that we have to solve for India, this is about technology. I mean, semiconductor is one of the core of the technology that we have to solve, and by doing manufacturing, and I have to tell you, it takes multiple $1 billion to set up a state-of-the-art fab. $1 billion in Indian rupees, as you would know, it's about 8,000 crores. To set up a 3 to 5 nanometer node, it takes about $5 to $6 billion. It's not easy. There is a high barrier to entry. And even on the design side, in order to produce a working silicon that you can really compete with the likes of the companies that is actually feasting with 80 to 90% gross margin, it takes at least about $50 to $100 million to manufacture, to build those chips. But luckily, the present government is committed to invest at least about $10 billion towards all of that initiatives that we have to do. So that's a grand and bold initiative of Prime Minister Modi. Now let's come to the other side of the problem. Let's go back to, and the problem that you students have to really solve, because the future is on you. We are about 140 billion population, about 140 crore, and about 90 crore of our population is still in villages. And we are going to be. And it has to be in villages for the other problems that I have already mentioned. The infrastructure, the connectivity, the roads, and whatever I mentioned, right? We have to keep it that way. Now if you go about 50 years, 100 years back, what was existing in our villages was a barter system. I give you rice, you give me dal. There was no currency, there was no money, it was a barter system. Now you take a village as a nucleus entity. What does it import and what does it export today? Most villages in India is now exporting agricultural produces, be it rice or whatever it is. Whereas every household, whether it is rural or urban, is purchasing a cell phone. And the trade balance, think about it. 1 kg of rice is only about 50 rupees, whereas 1 kg of cell phone would be 1 lakh rupees. Now we are exporting probably 10,000 rupees worth of rice, and you're importing 1 lakh. And that's a huge trade imbalance that we have today. Now think of a country like, again, go back to Taiwan. I mentioned about Maurice Chang. That one company, TSMC, is accounting for 25% of that country's GDP. It's only about 2.5 crore population, Taiwan is. Do you know that we have 6 crore MSMEs in India? The number of MSMEs in India we have is 3 times or 2 times more than the entire population of Taiwan. Now, the countries like South Korea, let's look at it. It's about 5 crore population. They are exporting, the likes of Samsung and LG and all the motors companies that you see. Imagine how much they are exporting and how much they are importing. Unless we as a country break this import and export imbalance, we as a country will never be prosper. We will continue to be in debt. So some of the problems that you are solving today, even the toilet problem, the couple of problems that you are solving, this is actually squarely fits to the needs of what we have to solve. And once you do this, this could be a cottage industry. I mean, look at Switzerland. It's only about 80 or 90 lakhs population. They're making some of the advanced technologies. And every such technology that they are creating or producing or innovating are coming from households. So all cottage industries. They're not going and building big, industries, large scale buildings or whatnot. And the similar thing is happening in Germany also. Most of the innovation from those countries are coming from small rural hamlets. Small rural hamlets. The innovations and the manufacturing doesn't have to necessarily happen from Coimbatore. It can very well happen from, tier 3, a small town. And that is how it should be. And that is going to be made possible only by you guys. If you can solve this problem as a team in 5 days, you can very well solve those technological problems sitting where you are. You don't have to necessarily move to Bangalore and make it more miserable. So my call to you all is, it was beautifully defined, the difference between invention and innovation. Innovate. And as Mahatma Gandhi called, in every one of the pioneers have been calling, innovate and go innovate from rural India. Solve rural India's problem. Bring solutions to the problems that you see. And that'll bring you money. And that'll take India to the next stage. Thank you for the beautiful opportunity. Jai Hind.
We are truly thankful, sir, for the insights. Now I wish to felicitate Mr. Ananthan. Thank you, Vish. The moment we have all been waiting for. It's time to unveil the winners of Smart India Hardware Hackathon 2024. Let us welcome our special invitees to the stage to announce the result and present the well-deserved awards to our winners. I now invite Deepak to the stage to do the most awaited announcement.
With 188 students across 10 states and 120 hours of hard work, determination, and commitment, this event is nothing short of an extraordinary. Give a big round of applause for being a part of this. As the curtains draw to the close, the moment we have all been waiting for, it's time to unreveal the champions. For the first problem statements, that is 1545, that is the development of non-electrical device for the tracking of movement. The winners are, okay, Shadow Trace from Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technology, Hyderabad. I request the team members to be on the dais. Go. I request the mentors also to join. Sir, please. For the next problem statement, 1546, innovative design for flushing systems. The winners are Hydro Mines from Karpagam Academy. For the next problem statement, for the next problem statement, 1547, development of alternate technology for the blockage of blood. We have Hridayam from Indian Institute of Technology, Varanasi. Give a big round of applause. For the next problem statement, 1548, the suction-based low-cost flush for rural areas. It is Cortex 1 from, again, Karpagam Academy. For the next problem statement, that is 1549, chemical strip, development of a chemical strip for the identification of high temperature exposure. We have two joint winners. The first one is Medtech Marvels from Chennai Institute of Technology. So, any guess for the joint winners? It is Envrox from Banaram Institute of Technology. For the last problem statement, that is 1550, that is development of portable device for measuring eye pressure in glaucoma patients. The winners are visionaries from NIT Trichurapalli. Thank you. One special mention is that. Yeah. As a request from juries, we have a special mention for the problem statement 1548. That is the low-cost fluxion for the rural areas. That is for the team Kalam Tech from Mohammed Sadiq Engineering College, Ramanathapuram. Please come on the stage for the. Thank you, dignitaries. Give a big round of applause to everyone who have been a part. It's just the starting of the journey. Thank you.
Congratulations, winners, and thank you, dignitaries. It is with great pleasure that I invite our Nodal Center Head, Mr. Rangnath Oja, to deliver the sincere vote of thanks.
Good evening, esteemed guests, participants, mentor, jury member, and the fellow enthusiasts. Today, it's 15 December, mark the conclusion for the accelerating 5 days hackathon journey. As the curtain falls, I stand here filled with admiration for the talent, passion, and ingenuity that has been on display. It is truly have been a remarkable experience, brimming with moments of brilliance and innovation. To the all participants, you have demonstrated the incredible power of collaboration, resilience, and creativity. Each project presented here is a testament to your dedication and countless hours you have invested in transforming ideas into reality. Regardless of the outcomes today, remember that the experience, lesson learned, and connection forged during this journey are treasure for the greater than the trophy. To our esteemed mentors and jury members, your expertise, guidance, and constructive feedback have been invaluable. Your insight have shaped not only the projects we see today, but also the growth and development of each participant. Thank you for being the guiding light that fueled this journey. Our sincere thanks to the respected guests among us. We are honored by the presence of Mr. Shardul Rao, Scientist C, Under Secretary, Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. Mr. Krishna M, Deputy Executive Director, SPR Engineers Limited, and Mr. Anantan A, CEO, Tenkasi Semiconductor Private Limited. Your participation underscores the importance of innovation and collaboration in driving progress. To the heartbeat of this event, the organizers. A special thanks to the management of Forge Innovation and Venture, including Mr. Vis Sahasranamam, co-founder and the CEO, and Dr. B.L. Lakshmi Meera ma'am, Vice President and Chief Program Officer, for agreeing to host and effectively conducting this event. A heartfelt appreciation to the dynamic Meera ma'am for her outstanding leadership. Her guidance has become instrumental, and it has been a privilege to be a part of her team for the Smart India Hackathon. The entire Force team, Mr. Mahesh, Mr. Deepak, Mr. Ram Kumar, Ms. Hema, Ms. Sharat Chandrasekhar, Ms. Mayuri, and the volunteers from the KCT College deserve a big round of applause. Behind the scene, you have worked tirelessly, overcoming challenges, ensuring smooth logistics, and creating an environment where innovation thrived. Your dedication and meticulous attention to detail have been the backbone of this hackathon success. To the organizing team, you have not merely orchestrated an event, you have built a community where ideas flourish, boundaries are pushed, and dreams transform into the reality. As we conclude this journey, let's carry forward the spirit of collaboration, innovation, and the community. Let us continue to challenge ourselves, learn from others, and strive to create a brighter, more